T minus 12 minutes or 11 minutes for your World Cup preliminary squad announcement.
D-Day.
Selection day.
Selection day.
Selection
yes.
day.
On the last day, at the last hour, you are going to see India announce
The last one would have been 11 o'clock.
whatever.
11:30.
The BCCI though have made it a point that they have to announce it late.
Last.
It is, by the way, they are early by their standards. The
Yeah,
usual
exactly,
day,
that's
the
what I was
usual day,
thinking.
Whenever they make an announcement, squad announcement for a tour, for a series, happens around 9:30.
But they are in Sri Lanka, so thank you Sri Lanka for ensuring that they announced it earlier.
So yeah, they're ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
They're ahead.
they're always also late. The Queen arrived late. Late,
We have
not
still
late.
not gotten over that colonial hangover, isn't it, for some things. So that's the way we look at it. At 1:30 p.m., Ajit Agarkar and Rohit Sharma are going to address the press conference in Kandy. You will have all the latest updates and details. But, sorry to put a dampener in the works, but nothing earth-shattering is expected.
For the second time, a rare occasion, I would say, second time that you're seeing the chief selector and the captain address the media. Can't recall a time where it happened in such quick succession. It's good. It should happen more often. If you ask
Certain
me.
top officials have never given press conferences.
Certain top
Yeah.
officials have completed tenures without completing a press conference.
Exactly. So that is the situation that Rohit Sharma and Ajit Agarkar will face. It will be funny. There will be a lot of questions on certain players.
When
But-
Rohit Sharma is there,
Yeah.
you
Hey,
expect there
fun.
to be humor. And today, there will be some burning questions will be asked. There will be some silly questions which will be asked as well.
But is this the very first time that the captain and chief selector is coming out and are discussing the squad selection, or will they? Are the press allowed to ask questions of why this player was selected or this player was
I
selected?
can't
Yeah.
recollect. Maybe MS
Yes.
Dhoni
Remember-
gave press conferences. Remember that 2016 World T20?
16 I remember, even 18 I remember MSK Prasad held a presser here at the Taj in Delhi. So I remember the press could ask questions. The press did ask questions the other day as well when we
Yeah.
saw the two of them.
Yeah.
How many questions do really get answered?
Yeah,
or how
exactly.
many get answered in jest? That is something we'll have to wait and see how many questions are just dodged or just handled diplomatically and
Yeah.
not answered straight up. And these are statesmen, yeah. They know how to handle the media well.
But still a rare sighting, right?
But Rohit Sharma's, I may say, presentation yesterday was very, very interesting. If I have done a video on that late night, what happened? Rohit Sharma said you would have not gotten a clear picture of the World Cup squad even in the Asia Cup because there were only 2 games. That means he meant until 5th, whatever we could try, whatever we wanted to do, we wouldn't have gotten a clear picture anyways. So that begs the question, till how much time does the Indian team need to get a better picture? Isn't it?
During the World Cup?
Maybe during the Pakistan game on October 14th.
Could happen.
Because see, you're going to play 2 games.
No, I think you would have had clarity by the end of the ODI series against Australia.
We hope so.
Because if I'm not wrong, Rohit Sharma in the previous series, it was against
West Indies.
said that we're already very clear about what squad, what 15 will take to the World Cup. But now he's saying that
He reiterated even today in that we already knew coming here, we knew what our 15 was. And that is why all the debate, all the waiting, all the rescheduling happened around one particular individual who, by the way, posted a very emotional message today on social media. KL Rahul. I mean, it's been a journey, 4 months of pain, toil and frustration. I mean, I do feel, in Steve Waugh's words, I do feel sorry for KL Rahul.
and it didn't help that it came at such a low point in his career.
I mean, he was just recovering. He was going on
Yeah,
a upward
yeah, yeah.
slope. I mean,
And
Sri
then
Lanka
gone
and
again.
Australia, he had played some match-winning knocks. But then, unfortunately, he had that injury yet again.
Yeah.
And with KL Rahul, it's just like Harshit. Wave and wave of injuries that come up. Harshit and KL Rahul, same time. You can check the videos when KL Rahul got injured and when Harshit also got injured. Same level of injuries.
Are you guys twins or something?
They must be. I think they're triplets. Mohit, Harshit, KL. KL had the thigh surgery, Mohit had back, then he had hamstring, then he had finger, then he had palm injury.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Stitches and everything.
He had a wave and wave of injuries, and today after 4 months, just like KL is coming out new, we're seeing
He's
Mohit as good as new.
fit.
You know,
And
I
fine.
did actually try to hold the bat yesterday. I'm just trying to see how thumb is right now. It's still a bit sore, I can say.
Wow.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting, me to be able to grip the bat properly. I was able to, and realized it's still a bit sore over here. But
Which is why, folks, recovering from any injury takes a toll, takes time, takes rhythm. And with the case of KL Rahul, whenever he's come back from an injury, it's taken him a month or so to get back.
And it's not just about what's happened with him over the last 6 months. Let's just cast our minds back to the sort of time or torrid time that he had to undergo last year as well.
Yeah.
Out of the side, then COVID, again injuries, recovered from an injury, then got COVID. So, all of that put together had a really, really tough time.
That was a horrible run. And also the fact that when you're out with an injury, you can't play cricket, right? So it, doesn't help your form either that you're out for such a long time. You're battling with an injury. You haven't played a lot of cricket. You're only, I think, net fit.
Yeah.
The best you can do is go in the nets and bat.
But and that is what KL, as Sunil Gavaskar mentioned, one of the best quotes that he's ever given in various interviews in Sports Today. One of the most memorable quotes that I can say. I am not looking at gym fitness or net fitness. I am only looking at match fitness. Coming from Sunil Gavaskar, one of the greatest ever to have played the game, that has to be taken very, very
Means
seriously.
something.
And remember, Sunil Gavaskar will be live throughout the day. You can see him.
Yes.
Harbhajan Singh is also going to be live.
He joined us, guys. Remember, you could actually see snippets of him just in about half an hour from now on our platform. But definitely 6:30 in the evening, you will be seeing Sunil Gavaskar with us. Not in the studio though. He will join us virtually. And
We wish.
We wish someday. Maybe you've got the World Cup also coming up,
he could
and he could. Not just him. There could be another gentleman also in the studio with us one fine day. But until then, we're going to give you company. That's all you've got. So we hope that you enjoy our company as well equally. So looking forward to the thoughts of Sunil Gavaskar as well. The thoughts of Nikhil as well. We hopefully will hear from Nikhil also soon enough. But until then, let's try and build up to this mega day, the selection day that we're looking at. Plenty of big questions, burning questions that several are calling them as well. But I don't quite think they're burning questions anymore, Siddharth.
Nope. As I said, there's going to be nothing earth-shattering. There will be some earth-shattering thing if one particular individual
Sanju.
No.
Oh.
Paratroop?
KL Rahul.
Paratrooping, which I see.
Let's actually talk about that, and maybe you guys can also pitch in. If let's say if there was one player you would want to paratroop, let's say, who would that player be? Gargi, any player that you have in mind?
The one who's been already included, KL Rahul.
But why would you paratroop him if he's there?
No,
one player
but
who's not
it's still
in consideration, let's say, at the moment. Let's, in fact, going back.
I will
like I said yesterday, it would be Yuzi Chahal.
You would want to give Chahal. Alright.
It should be Washi.
Oh yeah, the batting depth that Washi gives.
And the off-spinner angle.
Yeah.
And a left-hander. Washington Sundar is a left-hander, off-spinner, and also can bat quite decently.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand why Sanju Samson should be included, because already he is second in that pecking order behind KL and Ishan, or Ishan/KL in that order. When Ishan didn't perform, at that time I would say that then you have a faint chance for Sanju Samson to come in. But then they realized, okay, Ishan's not performing, oh, prayer, let us hope KL is fit. And now KL might be fit. So the paratrooping option, if I have to say one out of the box, I would say Washington Sundar. Because you would then complete your entire gambit. Na?
Who do you push out then?
Honestly, if you've got
Aksar.
Shardul, there is no point of playing Aksar. I would put Washington because of the variety and because Aksar is a left arm bowler, left hand bat.
Yeah,
that already Ravindra Jadeja is doing.
Yeah.
Why would you then want to persist with another left-hander and another left-arm bat when Shardul is considered to be an attacking bowler? Shardul has to
And
play.
takes the
At a
wickets.
scenario wherein India could play 3 spinners, then only then does it make sense to paratroop for Washi, right?
Yeah,
Because Jaddu, unless you're planning to drop Kuldeep, which I don't think will be the case, again,
I have a feeling that the conditions in India in October, November will be vastly different. I don't think you'll need 3 spinners. That is the rationale behind them picking only 2 spinners, if you look at it. They have a backup for a number 4, they have a backup for a number 5, they have a backup to a left arm spinner, But apart from that, look at it. Where there is a backup, there is no backup. You have only 3 other people. Look, who is your backup? Surya Kumar Yadav is the backup for Shreyas Iyer.
Shardul for Hardik.
No. Aksar is a backup for
Jadeja.
There is no one for Pandya.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, Shardul is here for another role altogether. I don't think he's a backup.
That's
You're
true.
actually looking at him as one of the vital cogs, let's say, of this 11 that you're going to pick.
Yeah.
But before the official announcement is made, guys, let's quickly turn our attention to the probable squad that very credible sources are telling us here at Sports Day. We've been flashing this on our broadcast very often, but here it is again for you all, for the benefit of all of you who are joining us right now. This is what sources have been telling us for a couple of days now. What could be India's 15 for the World Cup? Starting with Rohit Sharma, no changes over there, no surprises. Captaining the side, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli again, no surprises there. Shreyas Iyer, who is fit, who's only played 1 innings after coming back, 14 runs for him the other day. The management said that they want to look at more of Shreyas Iyer. But nonetheless, it looks like he will make the cut, along with KL Rahul, who's still racing against time, as many had thought until yesterday. Surya Kumar Yadav, despite the lean patch, also manages to make it to the 15. Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja, no doubts about them. Ishan Kishan, also courtesy his performances in the West Indies and even against Pakistan the other day, has more or less cemented his position in the 15. Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, Jasprit Bumrah likely to be your bowling attack in the pace bowling department. Beg your pardon. Shardul Thakur could be that number 8 that many feel is one of those places that is tough to comment on at the moment. Aksar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, the others. But the latest now, so
the press conference has started and he's already announcing.
Any time now, the names are going to be read out by Ajit Agarkar, and it looks like it will be him only revealing the squad. He's the one talking to the press at the moment, and perhaps he has already started to put the names out. And then of course the questions.
I couldn't lip read Sanju Samson's name in that, so
I haven't able to lip read any name.
He did mention Ishan Kishan.
He did?
He did. He clearly mentioned that.
Alright, it's an 18-member squad. Is it?
India chose an 18-member squad.
Alright,
on
the ongoing series. Yes, of course. There was 17 plus Sanju as the travelling
So
backup.
we are monitoring it closely. Any moment.
Alright, the squad's out. Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, Ishan Kishan, KL Rahul, Hardik Pandya will be your vice captain. Surya Kumar Yadav is there. Jadeja is there, Aksar is there, Shardul remains, Bumrah, Shami, Siraj, Kuldeep. So exactly the squad that we told you.
Same.
Exactly the squad that we told you. It's now been made official by the chief selector. Rohit Sharma also in presence. He's taking some questions. We'll let you know the comments of both the chief selector and the Indian captain. But like we told you here at Sports Day, the 50-member squad is exactly the same as the one that we've been flashing on your screens. No changes over there, ladies and gents. Questions about Ishan Kishan, Sanju Samson, somebody being paratrooped or not, no UZ Chahal, no Washington Sundar, no Ravichandran Ashwin, no Shikhar Dhawan. All those doubts
Drum roll, please.
Been answered now.
It was very much expected. So yet again, as it is, here's the 15-member squad for you. Drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul is back. Absolutely, he had to come back. Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja, Ishan Kishan. I had read Ajit Agarkar's lips. I could lip read it. He had said Ishan Kishan. It's there. Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, Jasprit Bumrah, Shardul Thakur, Aksar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav. That's about it, my folks. And your 15-member provisional World Cup squad is here. Now remember,
till 27th. Today somewhere it is 27th, which is one thing I would want to go clarify as well. Some confusion over there, but 27 is what I read this morning. Whatever it is, you still have good 22 odd days to make changes to this 15. Interesting to see though. I don't think any backup players or reserves have been named yet. Interesting to see if that will be something that gets answered in one of those questions that will definitely be asked to the chief selector. He goes ahead and justifies, I think, or reasons out all these selections. We will tell you the thoughts of Ajit Agarkar as well. Stay tuned, folks, to Sports Today. We're trying to get Nikhil as well. Remember, he happens to be there at the press conference. The moment he's done covering the press conference, Nikhil will exactly tell us what the mood over there was, what questions exactly were taken, which which were the ones that were not taken. All of that. So stay tuned. We're building up to. We have the World Cup now. We're officially now building up to the World Cup.
Yes. Here, you can hold the bat in that one.
I can hold the bat.
So, as expected, as I said, there was going to be nothing earth-shattering.
Yeah, I think we could name the squad on our own as well. A few days ago.
We could. Because see, what was the major confusion?
KL.
The fitness of two individuals.
KL and Shreyas, of course.
Now when they were fit, then they slotted back like a jigsaw puzzle, and essentially role is clear. Okay, Rohit, Shubman, Virat will be your top three. Shreyas will be your number 4. If he doesn't play, then Surya is your number 4.
Yes.
KL, I think, will start at the behest of Ishan Kishan. Yes, brutal, blunt, unfair. KL has to.
But it's happening.
It is happening.
It will happen.
Rahul
See, if it happens in the World Cup or not, I won't comment on that yet. But definitely, I would say Pakistan.
He has to play.
I think Pakistan game is when you will first see KL Rahul return to action.
He has to play, and there is no provision in the squad where he can play both Ishan Kishan and KL Rahul. Unless you are throwing a googly. If Shreyas is unavailable, I've got no confidence in Surya. I play Ishan only as a batter. Then
or
KL
if if KL Rahul is there, Shreyas is also giving you confidence. But then questions are raised over Shubman Gill. You could possibly bat Ishan at the top, and then KL could keep the wickets and bat at number 5. Something like that could happen as well.
Getting a long rope until November.
That will happen
because he hit a 50 against Nepal yesterday.
Yeah.
There were concerns about his form, but then it will be a murmur about Shubman's form until November. Now the boat has sailed. You will have to persist with Shubman Gill at the top until November. There is no other way you can look at it. Virat and Rohit, aankh band karke, as they say, 1 and 3. They will be there. No changes there. Shreyas, if not fit, Surya.
Yes.
KL, if not fit, Ishan.
Yep.
Then Hardik, Jaddu, Shardul. And then looking at it, Kuldeep at 9. And then, but again, Siraj/Shami.
Yeah.
Bumrah. You're only having slashes in 3 places this time. So, in a rather, this is where I think Ajit Agarkar and Rohit Sharma have really done a very good job. There is clarity in the side.
At least.
But the main question is about the build-up and how they're going about it. So, yes, Arshad, what is your thoughts on it? Am I right in saying that you have clarity in the squad? Our only criticism has been the workload management, the rotation, and the way how they are preparing for it.
Now what I think this squad does tell me the fact that the squad and the team management for long has been clear on a few names. And they were clear about it since the start of the West Indies series, I would say. It came as a shock to me. I remember when Ishan Kishan was handed the cap ahead of Shrikar Bharat. Shrikar Bharat, after 4 matches that he played against Australia here in India, the team management, lost patience with him. So that's done. That's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could add one more element, and we are going to discuss about that a little later, I thought.
We could. Yeah. And there was clarity in terms of which players the team management wanted to put their faith in. Ishan Kishan was one such name. Surya Kumar Yadav was also one such name. And the only reason I see why Surya Kumar Yadav is in this 15 is because he fits into the vision of this team. This team management, despite the criticism, despite glaringly poor numbers from Surya Kumar Yadav, has stuck to its guns and has stuck to the vision and the belief that they have in Surya Kumar Yadav. Right now with Ishan Kishan, there is performances to back his selection. Surya, there is just one word, which is belief.
And also I think that X factor is there. That X factor in
which
Surya
is
Kumar
very
Yadav.
important.
And let me tell you one more thing. I think on a rainy day, supposing if you want to change the entire course of the game, Surya has that belief.
He
to
has
do
the
it.
key.
He's the key.
Yeah.
So that's why perhaps that is the reason why, and it's typical Ajit Agarkar. I mean, that's why I love that man, and he was one of my favorite cricketers going, because he had the belief, I'm going for runs, no problem, I'll take wickets.
Yes, always.
191 matches, 288 wickets. But what did our convenient Indian public say? Oh, economy of 5. But boss, he was giving you wickets. And Ajit Agarkar was dealt a very wrong hand. He was your best bowler here. He won you matches in Australia at a time when you couldn't even win.
Well, he's got a 6 for an Adelaide, if I'm not
He
wrong.
got a 6 for even in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ajit Agarkar, man. I mean, that guy's an alpha male. He's a legend.
But I agree with Harshit when he talked about clarity. I think the Indian squad, the Indian management was very clear about this particular score. It's just that injuries came in at the very wrong time. If I had to add another name to this list, it would be Rishabh Pant.
See, if
But like we know that's I think every Indian, even the chief selector, like he said, even Rahul Dravid, when he was asked this question a few days back, he said I would say 3 names, and
Rishabh, Shreyas, KL.
But again, we all hope and wish that Rishabh too was there, but that's only wishful thinking.
Exactly.
But promising signs from Rishabh, by the way. We're talking about injured players coming back. Very strong recovery that Rishabh Pant is showing.
Exactly.
We put out videos, by the way. There was one that we put out yesterday as well. Do check it out.
Yep.
Rishabh Pant is making rapid progress. For the kind of accident that he suffered on the 30th of last year, it was it was nerve tingling. It was bone chilling.
We were all scared that 2023 would come, because Rishabh Pant had suffered such a horrifying injury.
Yeah.
It's an integrity to the car that he was driving that, despite an accident at over 100 miles, he
even
still
the car
managed
though
to,
And
blew
the
flames,
people that
the
were
life
there
of
and
an
gave first
individual
aid.
was saved.
I know, oof. But luckily, we saw one of the truck drivers, the bus drivers, he rescued Rishabh Pant
from the car.
And remember, if Rishabh Pant was there would have been no debate on the number 5.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have had a KL versus Ishan debate. That's the void Rishabh Pant has left. He is your ultimate match winner in tests. In the ODIs, he was just peaking. But then, unfortunately, he had that horrifying car crash.
But now that KL is officially announced, and I would say, yes, Ishan, taking nothing away from Ishan, he's shown very good promise. He was definitely the second best batter on the day, or you could argue that the best also, because he even walked into bat before Pandya the other day. He stung out, stung the pressure out of the situation and helped Team India resurrect from there against Pakistan. But KL Rahul, it just takes me back to, and the kind of role, because why were we looking at Ishan Kishan so much, or longing for Sanju Samson, or hoping that Suryakumar Yadav performs for you at number 5? It was because KL Rahul had put in those couple of performances, and especially in those tricky chases, he really dug his, he really dug deep, and he got India out of the...
Yeah, he's won you matches.
He's won you matches, and even I will take you back to IPL. Couple of low totals, if you remember, the 120s, the 130s, that LSG struggled to chase. That is when you knew that KL Rahul, despite all the criticisms about the strike rate that he was facing, you knew if KL was there in that squad, LSG would definitely have gotten over the line.
Yep, and remember, a 200 to 250 range kind of a total, if it's there, it's right up KL Rahul's alley.
Yeah.
And remember that Australia match and even the Sri Lanka game, the totals were not high. One I think was about 190-200, the other was 220. KL was there, and that's why we won that game.
Yeah.
So, as I said, there are only slashes in 3 places in this 15. One is Shreyas Iyer / Suryakumar Yadav,
Siraj Shami,
and the other is
Jadeja
KL / 4 then, KL / Ishan, Jaddu Aksar.
Yeah.
That's it.
No Shardul Aksar?
No. I wouldn't say.
I actually think at some point it will happen.
I think it's a blunder.
Maybe you could look at it happening in either Ekana or maybe maybe not Chennai. Chennai only because, by the way, it's going to be the first match. Maybe because of that reason.
That's it. Ekana, because they have relayed the track, you don't know how it will be.
That's also a factor.
So that is why it is going to be a big problem here. Now, there is one person that I would like to really
GGK, what's he saying? No, said if Iyer from what's he saying?
If Iyer form issues,
yeah.
then Ishan 4 and KL 5 should be. Why should Sky play? because of the belief that he can change the game.
It is all happening on belief at the moment. There's a few players, I can tell you, it's all happening on belief. And perhaps now, I think the boat has sailed or the ship has sailed to be, questioning that belief system. Now it's out.
It's out.
Changes can be made, but we know for a fact, and again quoting Rohit Sharma, there will be certain players who will always be given the long rope.
Yep.
And that's happening over here.
It will be. So that is the situation. So we all knew that three major guys would be left out. One was Prasidh, one was Tilak, and one was Sanju. So about Sanju Samson. Now why I will say this. As I had said, that tweet never aged from one of our colleagues. It never aged. In an ODI World Cup year, he plays T20Is. In a T20 World Cup year, he plays ODIs. Sanju Samson will have.
Again, going back to Nikhil and like yesterday, I strongly disagree with him that he didn't make the most of his opportunity and all of that. But Sanju at the end of it has not been treated fairly, and there is no changing that.
Yeah.
You cannot. By the way, he scored that 150 even when a Sky did not. Let's remind you of that. You can hold those two innings against him in the T20s, where again the expectation was for him to score runs. He didn't. Yes, he would hate that about himself at the moment, and he probably knows that somewhere he could have really made a difference. But like I said yesterday here, you are choosing to see what you want to see. You are seeing the numbers that suit you at the moment, and there are a few players in this side whose numbers in another format or some months down down the road, or rather back in time, work well at the moment or look pretty, and they've been selected. It's just basis on that.
It's a big problem. I mean, see, the yardsticks for Sanju were constantly shifting, and if I had said that his injury at that time in January and March really took the sting out of his selection.
Yeah.
And at that time, Ishan Kishan was there. And because of that, Ishan Kishan capitalized. Sanju, because he was injured, at that time, he just had the rope, had listened to a thread. He had to contribute. And that's why, poof.
In Ishan's case, that double century also changed a lot of things for him.
Yep, it changed. But again, after that double century, he was not picked.
He was not picked, but that was for, I think, more for team combination reasons and not for because Ishan Kishan wasn't doing well.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the case over there.
So, Sharad Minakota is like saying that, okay, absolutely I agree with this last point about Sanju. I followed that discussion.
Thank you very much.
Definitely yardsticks for Sanju, Kishan, KL. Hopefully the selection of KL doesn't backfire with World Cup. I really hope it doesn't backfire. I really hope, because it was on KL's fitness that you changed your entire planning. You delayed your World Cup announcement for 2 to 3 days. So that is why it's a big problem at this point. So that is the current situation. KL, I mean, you have to give it to him. I mean, he has won you games. He could have lent you balance. He could have lent you credence. And that's why you had to persist with him.
True.
And Sanju, I mean, honestly, let me just tell you. That injury in January, March, and because KL also performed in that period, hurt his chances.
Yeah.
Ishan at that time, he was there in the fringes, he was there within that setup. Sanju wasn't even near the setup. That was second. Number 3, when Sanju had to do well, Ishan did even better.
The thing about Sanju is he got overshadowed a lot, and that's his bad luck. But it's not that he's not good enough or he doesn't have the potential. We had Rishabh Pant. He was already the keeper. He was already the next big thing for India. Then we had KL Rahul, of course, who was also keeping wickets at times when Rishabh Pant was also there. Then Ishan Kishan came to the fore and then did better than Sanju. I think it's just a series of horrendous luck for Sanju Samson.
Okay, guys, some interesting comments coming in from Rohit Sharma. Very interesting. Rohit Sharma has said that there is a possibility of both KL Rahul and Ishan Kishan playing together. Ishan's last game was brilliant, he says, and he's referring to the game against Pakistan. He said, he also says that we consider all factors before making the 11. I want everyone to be fit on the playing day, and then we make the decisions.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, either Shreyas goes out or Gill goes out, something like that.
Maybe on those lines there is a, but he says it's a possibility.
It may not necessarily, but I think it's a bleak possibility.
It is.
Is this an answer to a question, or he just said that out of?
No, I think he was asked. He was
Acha.
asked if there is a possibility of both of them featuring in the 11.
We had explored that, remember?
Yeah, we did.
But then, okay, let us ourselves put on the hat and say, how can you fit in both Ishan and KL? I mean, it's a bleak possibility, as Harshit pointed out. It won't happen, but how? My way is, either you drop Shreyas, play Ishan
And
as a
KL.
keeper.
Okay.
If you're not confident KL's fitness, play him as a batter alone.
And Ishan plays at 4.
Ishan plays at 4. Okay.
Okay.
Or if you have got no confidence in Shubman, suddenly out of the blue, get Ishan to open, KL at 5.
It could happen, right? That in the World Cup, Shubman has played now 3-4 matches. He's not doing well. There's no confidence. He's not looking good out there in the middle.
Yep.
Why not slot in, Ishan Kishan over there then?
But GGK, it's a possibility. It isn't a bleak possibility. It is a bleak possibility. Ishan at 4, KL at 5, or maybe Ishan opening Shubman, whatever it is, because Shubman has done that in the past, remember?
Yeah.
West Indies series. Any other further comments?
I can also see him say,
Yes.
that the selection for the playing 11 will be made basis on 2 factors. One will be the form of players. Second, he says, will be the challenge posed by the opposition.
Horses for courses.
So you may not, and this will, I don't actually mind that approach. Remember in that World Cup winning campaign of 2011 as well, Piyush Chawla wasn't playing all the matches.
Yeah.
He's played a few at the start, but not all. He was pretty much discarded for the entire tournament after that, and he never made it to the Indian team also after that.
Yeah.
So you could see some sort of rotation that you saw in the 2011 World Cup as well probably happen with this team as well.
Yep. So, for example, okay, against England, because you're an off spinner and a leg spinner, you employ more left-handers then, right?
Perhaps.
Or right-handers.
You could see Australia are gonna have 3 left-handers for sure,
But then who's your off spinner?
but you don't have an off spinner, somebody to take the ball away.
You don't have, and that's the reason why I would say that maybe then you'll pick Aksar and Jaddu, because then there are left-handers who will dart it into the left-handers.
Unless, like Rohit said, that if the conditions require both Jaddu and Akshar to play, then why not? Because Akshar will also give you that extra batting depth. But then who do you make, who sits out then?
Shardul. Shardul will have to sit out, or Kuldeep will have to sit out.
Who gets you wickets then?
Big question, because see, in the middle overs yesterday, Jaddu was taking wickets, but Kuldeep wasn't. Okay, the Nepal batters played him very well. Agreed.
Yeah.
But Kuldeep also, he had one decision overturned. But the Nepal batters could play him out.
That was his best chance as well.
Yeah. And remember, if the Nepal batters can play, and every opposition plays Kuldeep out without giving him wickets, I think India's attack in the middle overs is also compromised then. Because you're not looking at economy. 10 overs, none for 40, or 10 overs, none for 45. It actually doesn't give me much.
Yeah.
So that is one problem area that you'll have to consider. And remember, any other changes after 27th or 28th of September will have to go through the ICC technical committee.
Yeah.
And only in the case of an injury. So, for people who are joining us at this point in time, this
squad.
is our...
Interestingly, it's a 15-member squad and there have been no standbys announced. Maybe Nikhil is there, who was there at the press conference. Maybe he can get a better idea or give a better idea. Because we were expecting a few standbys in case there is an injury concern and you want to draft in somebody for someone. So it was on the expected lines, especially after Rahul had fully recovered from that injury. In fact, today he is going to fly out to Sri Lanka from that NCA where he was recovering from that niggle that Ajit Agarkar had mentioned earlier. Hardik Pandya will be the vice captain and not Jasprit Bumrah. Of course, they have stuck to Hardik Pandya, who was also the vice captain. So, your batting lineup would be the batsman that you picked, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Ishan Kishan, who can be considered as a floater. He can open. He had a pretty good outing in the last game against Pakistan, where he made a very crucial 82 in the middle order, where he was given a chance because KL Rahul was not there. Because he was there in the NCA, KL Rahul. So that was an important 82 and has somewhat, given the Indian team management a food for thought whether they can now play both KL Rahul and Ishan Kishan in the same 11. But that would mean that they'll have to drop somebody like Shreyas Iyer, who just got one opportunity after a lengthy injury layoff. So Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, then Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul would be your batters. And then comes Hardik Pandya, who's also been announced as the vice captain, the all-rounder. And then your three spinners would be Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, and Akshar Patel, who was chosen ahead of somebody like Ravichandran Ashwin, Yuzi Chahal, who has been bowling who's been bowling pretty good for the last couple of years with the white ball. But Akshar Patel, which Rohit Sharma also confirmed that because of his ability to bat lower down the order, does give him an edge in that squad. So in case there's an opportunity where India might want to field 8 batters, or you can say
Right.
Hardik.
All right, so the playing 11 has been announced. Of course, World Cup happening in India, all the excitement that's now drumming up. I'm going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back with more on that on the other side. Do stay with us.
So there was Rahul sharing his thoughts on this Team India selection that's been made. For all of those joining us right now, yes, and many of you also asking if Nikhil will be joining us. Nikhil, we're trying to get him on board. Remember, he's busy with the press conference. He's in Kandy. But for all of those joining us right now, let's just quickly run you through the squad. That squad that has been announced by the chief selector along with Rohit Sharma in Kandy. There it is up on your screens. Please do have a look at the squad. Also, let's just go back and also remind you that we've been here on Sports Day telling you about the squad. We're the first ones, in fact.
Yeah, we had this squad yesterday.
Even before that, the day before, 2 days, we told you this is what very credible sources were telling us here at Sports Today, and it's turned out to be exactly that squad, exactly the 15 that we told you. But just to quickly run you through: Rohit Sharma, the captain; Hardik Pandya, the vice captain; Shubman Gill; Rohit Sharma obviously will be opening. Virat Kohli then at number 3, Shreyas Iyer, expect him at number 4, KL Rahul hopefully at number 5, Surya Kumar Yadav could be one of your backups, Hardik Pandya at 6, Ravindra Jadeja at 7, Ishan Kishan, well, he may have to sit out if KL Rahul is playing, Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, you could see one of them play if Shardul Thakur makes it to number 8, Jasprit Bumrah will be the leader of the attack, Kuldeep Yadav could be that lone specialist spinner in the side, and Akshar Patel could also be on the bench. So that's your 15 as far as the World Cup is concerned. But just the provisional squad, remember, it is deadline day. The squad had to be announced no further than today. And India have now gone ahead, and at the last possible hour they've now made the announcement of the 15 members you're going to be seeing. But changes though can be made right up till the 27th or the 28th. So still got about three weeks to assess these players. What do you do in that? You've got 3 games. You've got 3 games against Australia and possibly another 4 games. Possibly another 4. Definitely you've got 3. Could be a 4th game as well in the Asia Cup. So all in all, at the max 7 games to make any further changes to your squad.
Yes.
So justice for Sanju, justice for Ashwin, justice for anybody who you want. You can try and hold it until 27th or 28th. After that, it's all over, my friends. And Shubham saying, I think it was an attack at Shreyas. Needless to ask us questions, the guy has played always well and he can bowl off and leg spin to give some time. But Shubham, it wasn't an attack on Shreyas Iyer. We had pointed out earlier that there were some technical deficiencies in Shreyas Iyer, especially the short ball, which had come up in 2022 or 2023. Okay. Now the problem is he's rectified it, but he got injured at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Even the other day, you could go and argue that, he was again out on short ball. But let me remind you, you were just a little unlucky that day, Shreyas Iyer, because he connected it very well. Yes, you could argue that he could have kept it, to the ground that like Hardik Pandya had done. He played a couple of very good pull shots. Hardik Pandya, in fact, I really loved that pull shot that he played. In fact, my favorite shot of the match, the way he kept the ball down, Hardik Pandya. Mere slap, in fact, if you ask me. But Shreyas did well. He wasn't, let's say, petrified, or he wasn't, let's say, he caught off guard with that short ball. He did connect. Just unfortunate to have found the fielder fielding at short mid wicket.
Exactly. So, look, everybody is stating the numbers that Sanju is a great record than KL, Surya, and all these kind of things. Just come out of that super chat. We have taken that super chat. Just come out of that. I just wanted to address one particular thing. Go up slightly. There's one particular individual who's been saying greater than. Just go up.
It was down, niche only.
There. Yeah, Syed Basil. Sanju Samson is greater than Sky in runs. Firstly, Syed, you cannot compare Sanju Samson and Surya Kumar Yadav. I'm sorry. Different role, different position.
Playing styles.
Not playing styles, different role.
So that position, I don't quite agree.
4. Surya is not your number 4. He's your number 5.
5, exactly. So Surya was also playing at number 5 for you.
4. Shreyas.
4. But again, when you're looking at the middle order, how much of a difference does 4 and 5 make?
Makes a difference. There is a difference. Because see, number 4 can actually be a middle order. There is a reason why it's called a middle order. Okay, 4, 5, 6.
When you say middle order, it's not one position, right?
4, 5, 6.
It comprises of 3 positions.
But again, 4 can come a little earlier also. 5 cannot come that early. There is a belief, right? 5 can come a little towards the fag end of the innings. That's the conventional belief that is there. Of course, if you fall 5 down or 6 down, then you come even earlier. That's what happened with India.
And right now, whatever has been happening off late, I'm not saying it's happened, but again, you've got 2 instances happen in 6 months' time wherein you've seen there be no difference between, let's say, somebody batting at number 3 and number 5 as well. They both got into bat in the power play itself.
Yep. I mean, look what happened in the Pakistan game.
Exactly.
That's how. But then Syed Basil, look, different role. I mean, Sanju, you have to make him a competition comparison with Ishan and KL, not with Sky. Sky has a different role altogether. Sanju is a wicket-keeper batter. And honestly, if I have to tell you other factors, when KL Rahul was doing well, Sanju was sidelined. Ishan was in the fringes.
But Siddharth, correct me if I'm wrong. After yesterday's discussion, this was something that I was thinking as well. Was it not sometime last year, again forgetting the tournament, perhaps you would remember this well, we had both KL Rahul and DK play? Was it not in the 2022 World Cup?
Yes.
Did not have both of them play?
You did.
So?
But look at how we suffered.
That's fine. You made it to the semi-finals, right? You can't say it's not something that cannot be done. What's the harm in somebody having the ability to keep the wickets?
No problem. But then...
So I don't... See again, going back to the comment that was made by Nikhil and also by Ravi Shastri.
Yeah.
Ravi Shastri also said that... okay, why do you even have to have a backup keeper? Don't look at him as a backup keeper. Look at him as a sole batsman. You are, and that thought has been prevalent for long enough. Look at Akshar Patel as your finest test batter also. Bat him at number 6 or 7 just basis of his batting. Don't make him bowl if the conditions aren't suitable. But you won't have that approach, let's say, for somebody who can be an able wicket keeper and a good batter. Why not? What's stopping you there?
I mean, Ishan's keeping left a lot to be desired. Let me be very honest about it. In the Nepal game, his keeping left a lot to be desired. Sanju, better keeper than Ishan. Okay? Pros and cons. I'm just weighing. Okay? Sanju, better keeper than Ishan. Ishan, 50-50 as compared to Sanju. Okay? 50-50 both average. Ishan averages 46, Sanju averages 55. Okay, but the sample size for both of them is distorted because Sanju had an injury for 2 months, he couldn't play. That's the problem. Now KL Rahul, a match winner who has won you 2 games.
Yeah.
He will immediately offer you the balance at number 5 in a tense chase with a calm head, that experience factor, something that Ishan and Sanju don't have.
Yeah.
But experience couldn't be given to Sanju because the team management had a very shifting the goalpost approach for Sanju Samson. As I said, he didn't get a rope, he got a thread, and that too a very fragile thread. In 5 games, he had to hit 450s. That was the criteria for Sanju Samson. But he couldn't. And brutal reality is, yes, he got dropped. And the comparison, if Syed had said Sanju Samson is greater than Ishan, then I would have agreed with him. But Sky is in a different role.
That's true.
That's the thing. So that's why Surya Kumar Yadav, I'm very sorry, it's a big problem at this time. Yes, he's on the belief. Only, as I said, the Indian team and all the fans are on a prayer now. Simple. Sky, you're just giving a modern term called belief. That he can do it, he might do it.
We'll back.
We back him. And it's typical Ajit Agarkar in the way. I mean, he does back players to the hilt. And unfortunately, the yardstick is different, format is different, but Sky had a great IPL. Sanju didn't have a great IPL. He had a very middling IPL yet again, countless number of times. That's the problem. So go down here, we'll take any other questions if that's there. Let's go down, please. What's happened? Okay. Okay. Akash Bharadwaj is saying, guys, Krishnavachari Shrikant left out Iyer because he didn't play 1 year and put Arshdeep. But that's Krish. I mean, Chika always has been this typical
Also,
maverick if you look at it.
Arshdeep, I don't know, see, he is your T20 specialist. Right now, he doesn't even, he's a little wayward with his bowling even in T20s. You have not tried him out enough in ODIs. And there is frankly no thought at the moment, or rather no need perhaps of another bowler. You have enough. You're not going to be playing with 4 seamers. You're not Pakistan, let's say, who have those kind of pacers who are a must start. Even Pakistan, often you see go with 3 pacers and then the 2 spinners, despite them having a very good option, Mohammad Wasim Jr., who has been warming the bench of late. India, Arshdeep, by the way, isn't of that quality at the moment, and we've not worked with that philosophy of playing with 4 fast bowlers. The slots are already booked.
Yep. And honestly, I mean, Arshdeep, I think his role changed in that Indian team. He was a great death overs bowler. Now he's a great power play bowler. Yeah. So in that sense, we are looking at this current situation, and Ronak Sinha is asking me to make Mohit understand that Sky has shown the degree at international level across 2 T20 World Cups. He has the game. Sanju's record is held by not outs. He has not won India a game. Although he did come close, let me tell you, in that South Africa game, Ronak. I mean, he was playing brilliantly. Tabraiz Shamsi somehow held out against him.
True.
So look at him, Sharan Vinakota. Yeah, look at Sanju as a pure batsman and super fielder. Better than KL
As a fielder.
And also Sky.
Sky is also very good in the field. I think you could argue that he is a little ahead of KL when it comes to field. Remember that stunning save. See, he's not just a keeper, he's a brilliant fieldsman, Sanju Samson. Let's not forget. But I think Surya is just at par also. I don't think it's difficult to choose one between the two. Surya is very good as a fielder too.
That's a good question from Pawan Venkat. Could
Deepak Chahar
have been considered in place of Shardul Thakur? But again, Deepak, and we are joined by Nikhil. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can.
We can. Obama style. Yes, we can. And Nikhil, that press conference is over. Immediately.
Just give me a second to reconnect.
Sure. Okay, so from the picturesque...
Coming back to Deepak Chahar.
Yeah. I think he's a good power play option. I think he's not a good death overs option as a bowler.
But has he done well enough to come into the World Cup squad?
Injuries.
Not seen
exactly.
enough of him again.
But injury yardstick, Shreyas and KL also have been impacted by injury.
But I think there's a different yardstick for Shreyas and KL because they've been there longer anyways and have given you, performances that made them
Also,
come back into the team today.
Why you were looking at Deepak Chahar with a lot of belief for the longest time is also because of his ability to bat.
Yeah.
Right now you see, and that's been the kind of year and a half for Shardul Thakur. He's giving you wickets, albeit not at the top, but because he doesn't bowl with the new ball, but he's giving you wickets in the middle over. Yeah. He's a handy bat as well. Perhaps for that reason, I think Deepak Chahar has been pushed to the back burner because that role somehow is being filled. That batting ability you were looking for in a bowler has somehow been filled by someone else in Shardul Thakur.
In Shardul Thakur.
No. We've lost connection.
We have lost connection
We
yet
lost
again.
connection.
I think the area around there, I think, unfortunately, doesn't have net connection. Because he's near that Earl Regency in Kandy, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Nikhil is back on.
Hi, Nikhil sir. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Nikhil?
Yes, Gargi, I can hear you. Guys, I
go.
can hear all of
Finally.
you. Yep, it's lovely to see you all. This is the venue, beautiful Kandy, where the press conference just got over. And firstly, everyone at Sports Today can pat themselves on their back because it's exactly the 15 that we discussed for the last 2 days. It's exactly the 15 that we had yesterday in the post-match discussion. Despite a few question marks over a few players. So the 15 that was expected, the 15 that we knew would be announced, has been announced. In fact, we got an inkling that this would be the 15 because when I was at the press conference, Rohit Sharma came down. I don't know whether you guys got to hear it or not. Comes down, sits on the press conference table in his typical, relaxed Bombaya style. Says, "क्या announce करना है? सबको तो पता ही है team, सब चलाए जा रहे हैं." So what is it that I'm going to tell them, which is going to be new? At that very moment, you knew that it is exactly the same 15 that we'd be sharing with our viewers. So yeah, that's that. I'd love to know all your thoughts. It's a bit sunny, so let me get the first day where there's a lot of sun. Yeah.
Wow.
And just when we are about to leave from Kandy, this is what has happened. Now I can see you properly. The thing is with the sun glare, it was so much on the camera that the brightness of the camera was fading in front of the glare of the sun. So I could barely see you guys in the studio. Now I can see you much clearly.
And Nikhil, I just wanted to know the body language and the mood that Rohit Sharma and Ajit Agarkar had. Can you just sum it up? How was the mood? Was it the same way like how they had the press conference in the Asia Cup thing, or was it different?
Damn chill they were. They were in a damn chilled out mood. I'll tell you, I had a conversation with Rohit Sharma after the press conference got over. Then I chatted up with Rohit a bit. So I said, tell me, I spoke in Hindi and I'll say it in Hindi. I said, yeah, that day Rohit Sharma, I'm telling this to Rohit. I said, उस दिन Rohit Sharma press conference में आया और रोहित शर्मा ने बोला कि अब मुझे वनडे क्रिकेट थोड़ा संभल कर खेलना पड़ेगा. I'll have to be a bit careful. I want to balance it, caution with aggression. और फिर कल रोहित शर्मा बैटिंग करने आया and he was just whacking it every part of the ground. So in one game that approach changed. So he started laughing. He said, नहीं मैं संभल कर खेला. You didn't see the first over. कितना मैंने डिफेंड किया. First over किया ना, उसके बाद that was my balance. One over defend, then the rest of the over just go all out attacking. So I said, then there was another journalist next to me. He said, "Arey, that shot that you hit, I forget which shot you hit. So that shot you hit, it went for six. मुझे लगा ही नहीं. I think this is the same shot that Rohit came in the press conference also. Said गलती से छक्का लग गया. Something like that. So he said, "वो shot I could not even believe it went for a six." So Rohit is like, यार मेरे बैट से लगेगा तो six नहीं जाएगा क्या? That you were not confident you will six जाएगा. So yeah, very relaxed. He was very happy, just the way chilled out he is. I think the win against Nepal also made them a bit more calmer, more relaxed. Also that all players that they wanted, all players are available, so they've been able to pick them up also. So I think all of those things put together, it was pretty relaxed. So was Ajit actually. I asked them the question in the press conference about, have they sounded off any backup players that, be on standby. We might need you because, till 27th you can make as many changes as you want. So to which Ajit kind of hinted. He said, yeah, we know the 18 that came here, they pretty much know that they are in our plans. And I think that is very important where they suggested that, whether it's Sanju, Samson, Tilak Verma, Prasidh Krishna, so kind of suggesting that they know they're pretty much in their plans. If in case there was an injury, they would look at. But he also made this very clear, Ajit, if you listen to him, that otherwise they're not going to make any changes. This is the 15 that they wanted. They are going to go with this 15. Form or something like that will not force them to change. I don't think they'll take that call in these limited games that they play here in the Asia Cup or versus Australia and suddenly try and change players. I don't think they'll do that. It was pretty clear that only if there is an injury, whether it's a fresh injury to a player or if it's a recurring injury that returns, only then will they look at a few players, and those few could be those three players that have been left out of part of the Asia Cup or left out. So I think those are the three that they are going to look at. Otherwise, it's pretty much this squad that they are going with.
I want to ask Nikhil sir. Rohit said something on the lines of that you could see KL Rahul and Ishan Kishan play in the same game. Where do you see Ishan slotting in if that is, something that could happen in the future or in the World Cup?
Yeah. You know what, Gargi? Actually, interestingly, it is not just. Rohit said it, but it was a question asked to him. So it wasn't a suggestion that he came up with. It was a specific question that was asked to him. That can there be a scenario where both KL and Ishan play in the 11? To which he said, of course, there can be a scenario like that. We're not ruling anyone out. He said, if 15 players are available, if they're all available to be selected, they are fit enough. And he again stressed on the word available. So they have to be available. It can't be you're in the squad, but you're saying, I have this niggle, this pain, and I'm not available for selection. Then it's a different thing, which is also an indication that, KL knows that this has been a recurring thing. It keeps happening. So he says, if they are fit and available, why not? You can look at it. And I must point that out, that even before this suggestion was made by a journalist, and even before Rohit Sharma answered that, this suggestion was first made on Sports Today by Sunny Ramaskar. If you remember, this question was asked to him after the Pakistan game, and he's if I remember correctly, he's the first one to suggest this, because none of us were looking at it this way. Most of us were looking at KL Rahul versus Ishan Kishan, where he actually pointed out, where he said, why can't both of them play together? You can even look at Shreyas Iyer to be rotated. So what you can effectively do is keep rotating Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul, two playing at a given match in a sort of a rotation where it allows everyone game time. Now, I know a lot of people will ask, let's say hypothetically the next match that happens, KL plays and Ishan doesn't. I don't think that's going to be a reflection of, KL is the front runner and Ishan is now being pushed back. I don't think it's going to be a reflection. What they are going to try and do is see what you need to do right now is see more of KL Rahul than Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan, has been getting you runs. He got you runs in West Indies. He's got you run in that crucial game versus Pakistan in a very tough situation. And both the chairman of selectors as well as the captain acknowledge that contribution. So he's really risen in terms of that pecking order. You know that. But I'm saying, who is it that you want to see play right now? Is KL Rahul? He's coming back after a long-term injury, then a niggle. You want to really see him whether he's fit enough. Though, I must say, Ajit Agarkar, and I asked this specific question, can you elaborate on what is it that you were waiting to see with KL Rahul and what have you seen in the last 2 days? To which Ajit Agarkar pointed out that he's played 2 practice games back to back. One yesterday, one day before. So 2 back-to-back practice games, and in both he's kept for 50 overs. So in 2 days, he's kept the wickets for 100 overs. And he's batted about 30-35 overs in both those games. So that's about 70 overs of batting in a proper match. And that's about 100 overs of wicket keeping. So only after that, only after those 2 games, they have decided, yes, we must pick him in the squad. So they have done their due diligence in terms of picking KL Rahul. So that's why I say, now, if you play him in the next match, rest Ishan Kishan, I don't think there should be an issue, because Ishan Kishan, I know, could be my first choice wicket-keeper batsman. KL Rahul, can he be my second choice wicket-keeper batsman after the injury? I don't know. So keep in a few games, bat in a few games. Let me see how much he's recovered for the injury. So you would want to see that. And I think in the Super 4 stage, you might see, maybe not against the Pakistan game, because you want to put your best foot forward there. So you go with your strongest team, and I think Ishan Kishan will make it to the 11. But maybe subsequent games after that, and especially if you win the game versus Pakistan, there's less pressure, more chances of you qualifying for the final. You could look at KL Rahul. And I, as an Indian fan and as an Indian team management, you want to see KL play. Because I really want to see, is he 100% fit? Can he bat for 40 overs? Can he keep for 50 overs? So you want to see that. And if you want to see his batting, maybe after 2-3 games, Shreyas Iyer plays, you can rotate, bring KL. So this is something that the Indian team management can do. What they said about this, and 2-3 times this question was asked, who's ahead, Ishan and KL? They did not really, commit to a particular answer. But both Ajit Agarkar and Rohit Sharma said that, listen, it's a happy place to be in. It's better to be in this place, and I can understand them. It's better to be in this place where you have 2 wicketkeeper batters to choose from than to be in a place 6 months ago where 3 of your wicketkeeper batters suddenly had injuries. So with that in mind, I think they're happy that their choice of 15 they've got.
The other point, interestingly, Nikhil, that was made by Rohit Sharma was, that he suggested that the selection when it comes to the playing 11 will be made on 2 counts. One, he said, would be the form of the player, The second would be the challenge posed by the opposition. Would you, how do you firstly, look at that statement being made by the Indian captain? Second, the latter part.
Sorry, come again, Harshit. I lost you. Come again. What was the first statement?
Am I audible now to you, Nikhil? Yeah. So what I was saying was that Rohit Sharma in the presser also said that selections for the playing 11 would be made on 2 counts. One, he said, would be the form of the players. Second, the challenge posed by the opposition. Now, given the latter part of his statement, would it be prudent enough to assume that you could perhaps look at a time and situation that Team India could, let's say, go for 3 spinners if the opposition, let's say, does tend to be one that doesn't, let's say, play spin well?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. And I tell you, see, again, you have to put it into context why he said that. Since I was in the presser, you know exactly what question was actually posed to him. Sometimes you can't hear that. I think he was trying to answer to the question of why Ravichandran Ashwin hasn't made it into the team. And in fact, that question was asked twice in the press conference. So on those occasions, when that question was asked, he spoke about that, we discussed a lot of names. It's just that you could not fit them in looking at the balance of the team. So he said about left-handers, you could have an off-spinner for left-hander. He said, maybe not, we have enough variety where today the bowlers are good enough, even though 2 left-arm spinners bring the ball into the left-hander, but they're good enough to deal with a left-hander. So, I mean, in a way, saying that it's not that Jadeja can't go to left-handers or Akshar cannot go to a left-hander or a Kuldeep Yadav cannot go to a left-hander, right? So, and I mean that's what they were implying, and I think what he meant was, of course, the form and opposition being maybe the playing condition, and of course the opposition in terms of how many left-handers, how many right-handers, and you can have a look at that. So if you want to play 3 left arms, 3 spinners on a spin-friendly track, but there are a lot of left-handers in the opposition team, then you still may not go with 3 spinners because you've got 2 left-arm spinners in Akshar and Jadeja. So maybe you might go with one, and you might say, okay, I'll just go in with a fast bowler instead.
Nikhil, again, that thorny question, was it asked about Sanju Samson? Was it asked, or they just decided to say it was unlucky?
You said thorny question. No, I heard something. Okay, go ahead.
Was a tricky question on Sanju Samson asked in the PC? And if yes, then what was the response?
No, nothing like that. I mean, the only question close to that was the question that I asked, that have you sounded off any backup players, any reserve players? And to which the answer was there, yes, that that the ones that are here, the 18 that are here, that of course includes Sanju Samson. They've been kind of be on standby in case there are injury issues with anyone. You'd be the first one that been called. So that's the only sort of an indication that they gave about Sanju Samson. And the other indication, if you were to add 1+1, would be when you're talking about KL Rahul. So there was clear vote of confidence for KL Rahul. It was clear that both the captain, the chairman of selectors, maybe even the coach who was a part of the discussion, all wanted I think to be part of that squad. So I guess that's the only reference that was made to.
Yeah, and since we're talking about his exclusions, apart from Sanju Samson, Yuzvendra Chahal doesn't find a place in the team. Were there any questions about that as well? Did Rohit Sharma clarify?
No, he did not. There was no specific question on UZHL, but overall he did speak about the ones that missed out. There were questions about the off spinner, but overall, because I tell you why that question may not have been asked, because that question was asked in the Asia Cup press conference, to which he had at that time, if you remember, because there are not too many changes from that Asia Cup squad to now, and nothing really has changed. The question was asked at that time, to which he had given an answer that it's unfortunate, he's been bowling well, he's unlucky to miss out, but we can only fit in 3 spinners, especially Akshar makes it. So Jadeja, Kuldeep, I think nobody will ever have an issue as to these being the 2 spinners, even ahead of UZHL, because Jadeja, with his experience, with his batting, is anyway, one there. The second spot has gone to Kuldeep because you've seen him and he's in outstanding form. It's only the third spot where you could have looked at Chahal, and at the Asia Cup press conference he said the only reason he misses out is because of that combination they are looking at. And I think Rohit spent some time explaining that why is it that they need a Shardul Thakur in the team and Akshar Patel in the team. He said just take that Pakistan game as an example. In that Pakistan game, we needed that lower order did not come good. and that's why we need batting at 8, 9, 10 also, because we were about 10, 15 run more would have got. We were short. So instead of 266, we could have got 15 more runs had our tail really chipped in, and that did not happen. Which is why it's now clear that you will rarely see 5 out and out bowlers, or in that sense 3 fast bowlers and Kuldeep and Jadeja play together. When I'm saying 3 fast bowlers, I'm not counting Shardul, I'm counting as a bowling all-rounder. So to say that Shami, Siraj and Bumrah are not going to play together, because what Rohit made it very clear that he needs batting balance. He wants batting balance, because he was asked that Shardul, just bowled 4 overs yesterday. He's hardly been bowling his full quota of 10 overs, hasn't bowled in a very long time. So, is it a need to go with a Shardul, or instead you go with an out and out pacer, only a wicket taker? But Rohit was very clear, no, we need balance, we need batting at 8. So I think if that's your mindset, there is no way you fit in a UZ Chahal. Akshar only comes in because he gives you batting at 8. Because not every game you may play Shardul Thakur, you may look at a spinner, and when Shardul doesn't play, Akshar comes and fulfills that role. So that is why I think Akshar has got the nod ahead of UZ. I think this is something that they had explained earlier as well, in terms of which combination they are looking at, who to go. And overall, this is another point that Rohit stressed upon. He said, I know it's unfortunate. They're going to ask me names of player one by one. This one didn't make it, that one didn't make it. He said, I know it's unfortunate, but that's what happens. And then he made a kind of a self-deprecating joke where he goes and says that, it's happened with me as well. It happened with me. I have also been left out on a few occasions. I'm guessing he was making a reference to the 2011 World Cup. So he said, it's happened to me. It happens to a lot of players. You get left out in a crucial game, and it's sad, but that's how it is. So in that sense, he covered everyone that would have spoken about, whether it's UZ, Ashwin, Sanju Samson, Prasidh Krishna, whoever you speak about in specifics.
Nikhil, you have been part of a lot of press conferences in the past. Now, was this the least controversial PC that you have ever attended?
No. There have been many more non-controversial PCs that I've attended. Yeah. There's not too many Indian press conferences are full of controversy. In fact, there was a question asked which was leading towards the controversy. And first, the media manager ensured that question doesn't go through. The question was on the lines of, this whole, whenever you play Pakistan, this noise from the outside, you cannot lose this, that, all, talks of nationalism, not meeting players of Pakistan, all this starts, does it affect you, this and that? So first that question was really interrupted by the media manager, where he said that this is a World Cup press conference, you're talking about. He says, no, this is World Cup related. So he then added on that, will it affect you in the World Cup game? And so Rohit said, okay, I'll answer. And he was quite, stern in his answer. He said, I don't want to listen to this kind of what is happening out. That's not our job, to keep paying attention on what is happening outside. We have a job to do, we have to play cricket. So it's best you've asked this question today. Don't ask me when the World Cup is on, because we'll have a task at our hand to do well in the World Cup. Please don't ask me this question. That what is happening, माहौल क्या बन रहा है, बाहर क्या हो रहा है, ये सब है. ये आप लोग ध्यान रखो, मेरे से मत पूछो. मेरे को काम है, we have to score runs, we have to take wickets. That is what our focus is going to be. So that was probably the only controversial part as such. The thing which was interesting that he mentioned is about the format of the tournament. Now, again, and I like the fact that he addressed that issue, that that Indian team compared to other teams will not go in with too many games under their belt, not having played too much ODI cricket. And even if when they're playing ODI cricket, the entire team wasn't playing, some were resting, workload management, some were injured. It's only now that you'll start to see the entire Indian team from this game onward with Super 4 playing together. So not too many games. So this question was asked about, getting into the rhythm, because it takes time, getting adjusted to different roles and so on and so forth. And he said a very interesting thing. He said, what, like you talk about T20 World Cup and all, like last time he said, we had to win 2 very big games to ensure we qualify for the semi-final, or at least one of those games. We had to beat either Pakistan or South Africa to qualify just for the semi-final. And he said that's a tougher format. One mistake, T20, you could be out. We made it to the semis. But so he says in that regard, the 50 over World Cup is a much easier tournament to get into the groove, because you're going to play the remaining 9 teams even once. So he said even if you start slow, there's not much to worry. With time, you can get into the rhythm and get the points required to qualify. In fact, when he was talking about it, I was reminded of England. I mean, last World Cup, they went in as a favourite, didn't get out the mark in style, and then later really caught pace and then eventually were winners of the World Cup. So, which is a pertinent point he makes, that sometimes we get a bit excited or nervous. Oh, so many few games left. How will they play? How will they improve from there? And so on and so forth. He was pretty relaxed and chilled, and he said, the format will allow us that luxury of taking our time to get into this. That's not to say they wouldn't want to do it here, but it's just that they can afford that luxury.
So, Nikhil, a final few questions. I mean, now what is the plan? The Indian team are leaving today.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. What is the plan, Harshit? Do we have Sunny G? Not have Sunny G? Because I'll have to record because I'm going to be on my way. I wouldn't be here at 6:30, and 6:30 we have a show live. So please make a plan for that as well, and let me know. Go ahead.
We've been trying to figure that out. We were supposed to have him earlier on, but unfortunately couldn't. But we're working on that, and of course we'll get on a call as well. But I think people here do have some questions for you. Rather, one just quick question for you as well, Nikhil, before we take some of the questions from our dear family members. Any update on where the Indian team are travelling? Yes, you earlier said that after yesterday's match in Palakele, they would then be shifting to Colombo. However, the tournament could move altogether to Hambantota. Any update over there?
Tournament has moved to Hambantota. We confirmed it last time. No? So I know there's no official confirmation as yet, but hopefully we get it. The players have gone to Colombo, and that's not surprising because they would rather be in a big town like Colombo than Hambantota, which is back of beyond. It's basically in jungle all around. Very few resorts to stay there, not much to do either. And now that there is enough gap between this game and the next India-Pakistan game, they can afford to go there. And anyway, Candy, if you're going to Hambantota, Colombo is going a bit towards south. Hambantota is extreme south. Right now you're in the central district, so you will go a little south to Colombo and then from there to Hambantota. So I think couple of days, 2-3 days, the Indian team is going to be spending in Colombo, as they call it locally. So they'll be in Colombo, and then after 2-3 days, head over to Hambantota, and I think I'll follow their lead and do exactly that.
Okay, so Nikhil, you might have seen KL Rahul's tweet update. Is he is he with the team or he's going to join later? Any update on that?
No. He may have already reached Colombo or is about to reach Colombo today itself.
Okay. So
Interesting then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
His tweet also comes on a day when the selection was supposed to be out.
Yep.
I may bump into him in the hotel because I'm in the same hotel. You want me to pass on a message? Anyone? Harshit, Siddharth, Gargi to KL? I could do that.
Yeah, for me,
Just stay fit, be in good health for the next 2.5 months. Or so.
Also be in good
2
form.
years. Please don't have any more injuries, please.
Achha, I'll do that. But these are such boring messages that he must have heard it some gazillion times, even on his flight to here. Like maybe the air hostess may have told him that, the pilot may have told him that, people he bumped into may have told him that, the person sitting next to him on business class may have told him that. Maybe when he checks into the hotel, the receptionist would have told him that.
I can
And
write.
the bellboy who would drop the luggage would have told him that.
I can write a whole letter for you if you happen to run across Virat Kohli.
I will. I'll send it. I'll give it to him. Send it, but then you have to post it to the address. Handwritten will be very nice. So write a nice handwritten letter
That's
for
it.
him.
Facts.
With your profile picture attached on top. Clip it and a full letter signed by you, and then fold it, send it to my address in Sri Lanka. And once I have it with me physically, I'll pass it on.
Sure, we can do that. So yeah, 15-man squad announced, and not many major surprise.
No surprise at all.
Yeah.
No.
We knew
We
the squad
tapped
for
ourselves
40,
on the
no
shoulder.
surprise at all.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, before we leave, quickly, here's the squad for you. In case you've not been updated as of now as Indian cricket fans, here it is, the update for you. The squad on your screens, the one that we've been trying to dissect for a good hour here on Sports Day. I'm quickly going to run you through it as well. Rohit Sharma, the captain of the side, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul, Suryakumar Yadav also has a space.
Hardik Pandya is there, but he's the vice captain.
Hardik Pandya, the vice captain. Ravindra Jadeja, Ishan Kishan, Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, Jasprit Bumrah, the leader of your pace bowling attack. Shardul Thakur could be possibly your number 8. Fighting a spot with him is Akshar Patel, and then the lone specialist spinner Kuldeep Yadav also happens to make it to the
Lone
team.
special wrist spinner, you mean?
If you have been with us over all these weeks, and rather the last couple of days more so, you knew that we had put the squad out much before even the formal announcement was made or any other platform updated you. But let's also, since we've done all that good work, show some love. We are we're tantalizingly close to the 200k mark, guys. So let us help us get there sooner.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll all be celebrating the occasion with you all today in the evening, and joining us could very well be Sunny Gavaskar as well.
Yep, indeed. 200k, we are very close to that. I mean, I think we crossed 199k. And I think
we did.
just about 400,
We
500.
were 199, 200 sometime in the
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys do more lives, and when you are doing lives, you request people who join you live 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. While you are live, you will touch 200k. But you have to do it to make that effort. You start your live, every 5 minutes you keep requesting all the viewers that join you that come on, be kind to us, press that subscription button. You keep saying that and they will come. Today itself you'll be able to do
At the moment,
200k,
it's
but you'll have to make that effort.
199,263.
We should by either today or tomorrow
So
get there.
737.
Yep, 737 more.
But
to
you have
go.
to make an extra effort.
We will.
Extra effort, come on.
We shall. We will.
Alright, let's hope we remember this day for 2 reasons. One, of course, the World Cup announcement, and then hitting 200k as well.
Yep. Third reason, Nikhil's shades.
No. Have you Nikhil's what?
Shades.
Have you made a video of Virender Sehwag, what he's tweeted?
Which we are going to do immediately after we end this live. There are 4
Yeah.
more things that
Super.
are planned, which we'll do.
Super, done.
Yeah.
Done. Okay, I'll get coordinating with Gavaskar because I want his opinion to come on Sports Today as fast as possible. So let me quickly get down to it then.
Yep.
Let me just call him, and while I call him, you guys can get to work. Okay,
Yes.
bye.
Bye,
Alright,
Nikhil. Bye.
See you in the evening. See you guys in the
See
evening
you.
for the dugout. But videos do
Galore.
continue here.
Yeah.
The lives will continue. The conversations about not just cricket but other sports also will continue. An update coming from Virender Sehwag. A couple of updates that Siddharth has. Otherwise as well, Gargi too on my right is just hoping that we just end the stream because she can't wait to put those videos out for you guys. So stay tuned, subscribe, and do continue
Subscribe.
to cover with love.
Exactly.
Don't forget
Make
to
it
subscribe.
today. Let's celebrate today. 15 member squad out. Build up to World Cup has begun officially. Bye bye from all of us.